Hi, everybody. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the ARTyRV Livestream Q&A tonight.
Hey, everybody.
We have a big crowd here tonight, and it's so good to see everyone. I'm going to welcome, I think Mary is here in the,
We're going to welcome Miss Mary and see how she's doing and just kind of, check her out and welcome you guys to the live stream tonight. And we're going to welcome Miss Mary.
Sleeping.
She's being so good. Y'all, she didn't want to leave the house because she thought she was going in her cage tonight when we left, and because she didn't hear me put my keys in my pocket. So anyway. Today, she officially weighs 51.7 pounds.
Yeah, so we were so worried that she would kind of disturb us, but she doesn't even know we're here. So welcome, everyone. It's good to see everyone. If you have a question, just put it in the chat with a Q. And I hope you all had a chance to watch the video. Yeah. And if you have any questions about the haco.
And hey, everybody's here from all over the place. Thank you all for tuning in tonight and taking time out of your evening, because we know you're busy, but we love to have you here. Thank you.
I'd like to send out a special shout out to Ray and to all of our members. You guys are the greatest, and we appreciate you guys so much. And our subscribers.
Big
and our
thumbs
viewers.
up for Ray, everybody. Thank you, Ray, for everything you do, sir.
And also to Sunshine Glassworks. We want to give them a big shout out and a thank you.
Yeah, so Sunshine Glassworks, don't forget, they carry over 1,500 different colors of art glass from all the major manufacturers. And speaking with them today, a shipment of Wismac has just arrived, and so we're looking forward to seeing exactly what they have. So not only for your hand tools, your stained glass supplies, don't forget about your glass. Sunshine Glassworks, everybody. Thank you for supporting the ARTyRV channel.
Yeah, thank you so much. So if you have a question, just put it in the chat. I don't see any questions right now.
But it's so great to see everyone. My golly, it's everybody.
It's snowing in Maine. I know it's snowing. Where else is it snowing? It's snowing in Maine. Where else?
It was snowing in Buffalo yesterday.
Today. Buffalo.
Yeah, it was snowing in Buffalo. Yesterday when we caught the back end of that football game.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, y'all, thank you so much. So if you have a question, I'm sure that everyone has seen the haco video, and we enjoy doing that simply, to show everybody about the haco and let you know, it is really a nice iron. And if you're doing copper foil and you strictly do copper foil, that's the iron for you.
I think so. Copper foil especially. It's lightweight, and the tip is the perfect size.
Well, it is, and when you can have a tip that size, Barb, that you can flip it up on its end and run a really nice bead and dial in that temperature right. And don't forget, y'all, Barbara also in the video, if you notice, she put a Celsius Fahrenheit chart there for you, and it helps you. It'll help you out a little bit, because really your working temperature is below the 360 on the.
Okay, Richard has a question.
Hey, Richard.
Regarding applying black patina after scrubbing with baking soda and water. What are the next steps up to applying wax? So after scrubbing with baking soda and water, what do you do?
So then you're going to take your black patina after you, and then you can take a brush and you're going to patina the whole piece, and then you're going to wash that and then wax it. You're almost finished, Richard. That's awesome.
Yeah, so patina and then clean again.
Clean, patina, clean again, and wax.
Yep.
And make sure you get the wax off, because that's what's going to leave little white dots and little white marks. And please don't anybody leave your patina on overnight, because it'll cause it'll etch the glass right along the edge. So leave that really nasty brown, burnt looking color that etches your glass.
Thank you, Richard. That's a good question. Ed has a question. In the haco video, what was the flat iron holder you used?
Y'all, those are the iron.
Flat one.
Yeah, those are the iron holders that I use for teaching classes. I made them out of a showcase slider track and a piece of 1/2-inch wafer board. So it's just just 2 screws in it. I'm using the top track for a showcase slider in like a doctor's office. And scrap aluminum. Sometimes you can find it, but when you're making 10 of them, you don't need to buy 10 of them. You have to make 10 of them and they work really well because they do hold the iron in place, keep it from jiggling, jaggling around, and they work really well, and they don't get they don't get hot. So
yeah,
and they were not free, but they were some
Sort of
time,
free.
but they were sort of free.
Just scrap wood and scrap metal.
Yeah, and scrap metal. So that it took the longest time just to cut the little blocks of wood, but you can do that on the chop saw real quick. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's just a simple piece of showcase slider track, the W track for the top, and you're good to go.
Yeah. A lot better than buying a soldering iron stand.
Well, I mean, the soldering iron stand is good, Barb, but
not for
not for 10 people, not
students.
for students, right? Yeah, not for students. So
some of them, yeah.
But Ed, if you're gonna, if you need a soldering iron stand, and I prefer to lay my iron down flat anyway than to hold it up, in the other stand that I was using in the video. I didn't put my soldering iron stand in because it really looks bad because it's 30-some years old. But it's W-track,
Try to
Ed.
keep it clean.
It's W-track, Ed. And the wood's burnt, and it's pretty good. But you know what? It really does a good job for me, and that's why I still own it. So.
Okay, how many more weeks do we have till the viewer showcase set?
2.
2 more weeks?
2 more
Okay.
weeks. Yeah,
You
2 more
guys,
weeks. Today's the 23rd. Next Monday will be the 30th. Tuesday's the 31st. So the following Monday, which will be the 6th, we will have viewer showcase. So hey guys, go ahead and get your photos in for viewer showcase on the first Monday of every month, so that we can share your work with the rest of the glass community that you're involved with. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, go to the website and just send us a message from the website.
Right.
There's a little button there to send us an email.
Yeah, so once Barb gets that message, then she'll send you the information on how to get it to you.
Put it in the right place.
Yeah, so we can get it to us.
Mark Mason has a question.
Okay. Hey, Mark. Good to see you tonight, man. Thanks for tuning in.
I have a roll of brown paper that's about 4 feet wide by whatever.
Yeah.
What's the better type of paper to take a rubbing of a potential restoration coming up?
I would use the white paper, just because the brown paper is going to be, if it's heavy brown paper, you don't want to use that. I use my drawing paper that I use. It's 48 inches by.
And it's this paper as well.
It's this paper right here. Yeah, this paper right here. It's 30 pounds, and it comes 48 inches by 200 feet. But I use the white paper because it's going to be easier to see all of your rubbings and all of everything. Brown is just too difficult to work with because you really can't see the pattern what you're working with. Use white paper, Mark, and you'll find it's a lot easier to work with.
And it's on our Amazon store.
Sure it is, Mark.
Amazon store under drawing.
Under
and
drawing and pattern paper
so easy, and
supply.
it's so much of it and so inexpensive. I mean, it lasts forever.
And you'll find it's a lot easier to work with. The heavier brown paper is not.
We use that to wrap.
Yeah, we use brown paper to wrap our glass products in, and but we use the white paper for basically everything else.
That's right. So that's a good paper.
That's a good question, though, Mark.
Check it out. See if you like it. Deborah Struble asks, will Patina work on copper rod without soldering first?
On copper rod? I don't think so. I think what you'll have to do is probably steel wool the copper rod, and then you're going to want to add salt to your black patina, and kind of like you were fixing up a vase cap on a lamp. So you're going to want to use salt as a oxidation to help with the oxidation process, but you're going to need to clean it first. So.
Yeah, and so that rod is extruded, so it probably will have some oil on it.
Yes, and you'll definitely need to clean it.
And, scrub it.
Yeah, but the brass and the bronze and the copper will do the same thing, the same process as the lamp base, as a base, as a vase cap. Yeah.
We did a little video on that.
Yeah, there is a video where we're showing you how to turn the. It's a repair video, but we're showing you how to turn the vase cap, how to oxidize the vase cap on the lamp so that it's jet black.
Did we put that video out? I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, I thought we did.
That works. That works.
It's one of those 400 videos that we have.
Okay. Chris says he liked the haco video. He has his plugged into a power strip with a switch on his table, so he doesn't have to keep plugging
Yeah,
it.
that's right. But hey, just a word of thought, Chris. When you are done with your soldering iron, go ahead and unplug it. I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes wondering, not if I turned it off, but if I unplugged it. And I don't know what it is about it, but when I'm done, my iron gets, not only does it get turned off, and while it's cooling down, put a little bit of solder on the tip, and then just unplug it so you got peace of mind at night while you're sleeping.
Chris said that, Ed said,
hey, Ed.
Thank you. I was able to fix the dead spot on his iron with a couple dabs of Re-Tin.
Yeah, and you know what? I've never tried that Re-Tin stuff, but apparently it works, and I'm glad that it did. But you know what I found out too is the haco, the tips for the iron, the different tips they offer are roughly around $15, and that, y'all, is really nice. It's a relatively inexpensive tip, and taking the head off of my haco iron, I realized it takes like 2 minutes to switch a tip out. So yeah, if you need a new tip, and go ahead and do that. But remember, as soon as you turn that iron, load that tip up with lots of solder and let it sit there. They tell you that for a reason, and they're trying to help you keep that tin on that tip. So.
Yep. And Mark, if you will go to the description of the live stream, there is a link in there to our Amazon store. I think it talks about the lead vise or something, and you can link there. But when you go into the Amazon store, you'll see all of those supplies and things.
Yeah,
so it's ARTyRV.
And you'll really
ARTyRV Glass Studio on Amazon.
You'll really like, or just go to our website and click up in the left-hand corner.
Ray's got it up. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it, buddy. Well.
He's on
Let's check on Miss
on
Mary, Barbara, and see how she's doing. You want to check her out? See how she's doing? She's doing fine.
Look at her.
I believe she's doing fine. She says hello to everyone, and thank you for welcoming her with. If it's okay if we brought Miss Mary, and you know what? I hope she's not disturbing the live stream, y'all.
No, she's not.
She is such a good dog, and I think we've told you, she's halfway through her heartworm treatments. She's got like 7 more days of pills, and then she gets 2 more shots, and she'll be good, right, Barb?
That's right.
She will be good.
Okay, so Karen's getting the grinder, Denver's getting her the grinder, and she saw the video, and she's getting a foot switch. Everybody loves her foot switch. So, yeah, that's a good addition to the grinder. Okay.
Yeah, so that the foot switch we have on our subscribe bell is an electric guitar pedal, and it works really well too. So.
Okay, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat with a Q, and we'll be happy to answer them. Shas Ray asks, in the video, Barb mentioned that the haco recommended not using abrasives to clean. Is tip tinner considered an abrasive?
You know what?
Depends on what.
I can't tell you because I've never used the tip tinner.
That little copper.
It looks like a wire.
That's not
ball.
Considered an abrasive.
That's
what they're talking about is the ammonic.
The sal ammonia block, and it's you really don't want to use that because that is very toxic. Number one, it smokes like crazy. It's ridiculous. But don't use the samalilic block It's just it comes in a little box about 2 inches square. Just don't use that. Don't use steel wool on your tip. There's no reason for anybody to ever have to use steel wool or sandpaper or anything on your tip. If you have to do that, something's going wrong. And number one, you're probably working way, way, way too hot. So,
thank you, Jennifer.
But that's a good question. But please, yeah, they what they're talking about abrasives is sandpaper, steel wool, any of those. None of those things should ever be used on your soldering iron anyway. So
no.
But you know what? Those questions.
It's Karen's birthday.
What?
What?
Uh-oh.
Karen, it's your birthday?
Today's your birthday?
Oh my gosh. You're kidding me. Oh, birthday coming up.
Oh,
When's
that's
your birthday,
good.
Karen? Is it this week or next week? She says she's got a birthday coming up. Well, Ed's going to sing you happy birthday, so you're going to have to tell us what date it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You have any questions? Put them in the chat.
That's cool. Yeah. So
with a Q.
So try, Karen, tell Denver to try Sunshine on the grinder thing because it's a pretty good deal on
or
that.
On
too.
our Amazon
or
page.
on our Amazon page. So
But,
if you go to our Amazon
Sunshine
page
has
and purchase it, it comes from Sunshine anyway, and the price is really good. So
Yeah,
tell Denver
they
to
have
check
good
that
prices.
out.
Sunshine's got good prices and good service, and
Yeah, that's the thing. They've got really good service.
okay. So Alexandria wants to know, what rods do you use for plant stake ornaments?
You can use typically what you would use are brass brazing rods that you buy at the welding store, because two things: you can cut them and you can solder to them and make garden stakes out of them with no problem. Depending on the weight of the piece that you're attaching and how long it is, typically 1/8 inch is good for up to about 16 inches. 3/16 is good up to about 30 inches, and then 1/4 inch is good up to about 38 or 40 inches. So, but you can use brazing rods because they're brass, they're solid brass, and solder sticks to brass with no problem. So you can solder, attach all your parts to it. You can bend it, you can shape it, you can make it do what you need it to do.
Mary Beth Massey wants to know, what is the purpose of a ring saw versus scoring?
The purpose of a ring saw is specifically for those cuts that you absolutely cannot do by hand. And Ed doesn't own one. So
Not yet.
Not
They're
yet.
hard to get.
They're hard to get right now because the blades are not available. However, I'm going to get a ring saw because everybody wants me to tell them about it, not because I need one. I cut my glass, y'all, by hand. I'm not bragging, not jumping up and down, patting myself on the back. Well, I could pat myself on the back because I do some pretty intricate cuts. But over 43 years of cutting glass, there's not a whole lot that I haven't tried and learned a way to get into it and get back out of it. So.
Yeah, and
I take a lot of pride in that. I'm sorry.
We really can't justify spending $500
on a saw.
On a saw. So there's other things that we can do to make our channel better and to spend our money wisely.
Well, we can, because you know what? From now on, until we reach our certain goal, because we want to get a MaryCam, until we reach our goal, all of our super chats and super stickers are all going to buy our MaryCam so that we can put her in front of you guys on Monday nights.
We have a MaryCam, but our setup is not.
Yeah, we need we have a budget of about $250 to do this project so that we can do it correctly. So all of that's all going, any super chats, anything like that.
And the ring saw is on the back burner.
Yeah, and the ring saw is on the back burner because I really can cut just about anything.
So future videos coming out, the box videos coming out, and you know about the patterns are going to be online.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we'll be doing a video on the G secondary work surface on the grinder and the straight edge on the grinder.
Right. So those two videos are coming up. Right. Yeah. The two accessories for the grinder are coming up, and So we're going to be showing you that. I thought the haco video turned out really good, Barb. It was great and very informative.
It's going to be great. We're using the haco iron in the box video.
That's right. We put the box together with the haco iron. And remember, once that gets ready, that pattern for the box lid, for the heart box lid, will be free for 24 hours.
Karen's birthday is March 10th, so y'all make sure you're here for that.
Somewhere, because Karen,
Monday.
I'm going to sing you happy birthday, girl.
Oh, thank
Jennifer,
you.
thank you for the
Thank
Miss
you
Mary
so
cam.
much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Miss Mary, look at you, girl. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all, she is absolutely no trouble at all. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate it. And we'll let you know the status of our search for a good camera for her Mary cam. Thank you so much. I have a question for you.
Let's go.
This is from Gina. If you're using 60/40 solder on a copper foil piece and are edging it in lead cane, do you have to use a different solder on the cane?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, the 50/50 that you use on like a whole cane window simply, well, it does two things. It's a little more flexible, but 50/50 solder is a lot less expensive. So, and 50/50 doesn't work as good on your, it doesn't work as good when you're patining it, because the patina works with tin. So your solder 60/40 tin, 60/40 tin lead ratio works much better when you use the 60/40, but you don't have to attach your lead caming on the outside with 50/50. No, you don't need to mix it. That's good. You're fine.
Yeah.
But that's a good question.
Stay with what you're working
Yeah,
with.
but that's such a good question. You know,
Yeah,
it really is.
How would you know?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, Gina. Welcome to the channel. I don't think you've had a question before.
Rick Day saw the short where you cut the bird wing out of the sheet without any extra breaks. That was amazing. You are so talented.
Oh, you know what? Compliments to you, my friend, for, and I hope that kind of teaches you a little something about working with glass, chasing your run, listening to your glass cutter. All of those things come into play. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but listen to your cutter when you're working, because it'll tell you a lot of different things.
Okay, so let's see what we have. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat with a Q. I think I've caught up on the questions. Ed, do you have something you want to share this week?
Well, I do. I told a viewer last week, said, Ed, what do you stretch your lead with? And you know what? I didn't have it. So I brought it in. I did say I would bring it, because my note is right up here. I would bring my lead stretcher in this week, and I am going to share it with you. So, and I found out a couple things about this lead stretcher today. Number one, I have owned this for a very long time, and I had no idea that Glass Star made it. Okay, I had no idea. So
Yeah, it's kind of dusty.
no, this is paint.
Oh, paint.
overspray.
Okay, well, whatever, it works.
So anyway,
That's amazing.
this works great, and it's a great piece of equipment, and it works. You know, you put your lead in the vise, and this stretches it. So, but what I found out is that this is called a Stanton stretcher. Okay, and it was made by Glass Star. And
show them how it hooks on the table. Can they see that?
yeah, I don't know, but so if my lead was in here, I'm gonna put my glass cutter in here so you can see the lead. So my lead is my glass cutter. You just pull this back, it's attached to your table, and it stretches the lead. So stretching the lead is kind of an off word anyway, because what you're doing, you're straightening the lead technically, but you are stretching it too, and you're only going to go like 3 inches, 4 inches. So what you're going to have to do, if you can find a Stanton stretcher in their peak of their heyday, these things were $249. I couldn't believe it. I paid $70 for the ones that I have, and that was a very long time ago. So it has a lead vise attached to one end, Barb.
Yeah, show them the handle, the name of it on the front.
And that's the Stanton stretcher.
So the idea is you have a vise on the other end of the table.
Right. So you have your lead vise
on the other end of the table, and then you put your lead in it, and then you
stretch it, and this helps you. This is just leverage, is what this is. That's just leverage.
So, you were going to say they're not available anymore.
They're not available anymore because Glass Star is no longer in existence after the fire. So here's the thing. You can still use your basic lead vise. I'll share this with you here. Use your lead vise. Use your grousing pliers, because you're only gonna and if you do that, you can't just pull it and hope that it stretches. You kind of need to kind of jerk it a little bit and stretch and straighten your lead with your grousing pliers. You don't want to pull so hard that you actually pull the lead apart, because I promise you guys, you will find yourself picking yourself up off the floor, and it is not fun. It is not fun at all. So, Barb, that Stanton stretcher really helps me a lot because I want to like do 10 pieces of lead, stretch them all out and then sit down and work for a couple hours.
Right.
But so that Stanton stretcher does help, but for years we used one vise and a pair of pliers.
Right. And it seems like we talked about this before, and someone said that Harbor Freight, that we could buy something that was similar.
Was it Tom Sharp?
Jennifer said that's a stretcher she has. She got it from someone that...
Right. So if you can find one, they're non-existent. But I think it was, I don't know. I know Thomas is here tonight. Thomas, was it you that told us that you found a way to stretch your lead at Harbor Freight? You found a piece of equipment that helped you out doing that. But if you're not here, that's cool. But if you do watch the live stream, the repeat, check it out and send us an email and let us know if that piece of equipment is still available at Harbor Freight, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love my Stanton stretcher, and I have 3 of them. And so, hopefully they don't wear out.
Magali says she's going to look for a used ring saw. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I haven't even thought about that.
Well, here's the problem, Magali. Everybody that I've talked to, the blades are what the problem is. The saw's fine. Everybody's got a saw, and they can get the saw, but getting the different blades is where the problem's coming in.
Right, exactly.
So y'all, I didn't bring a big piece of glass into the studio tonight.
It wasn't Thomas.
It wasn't Thomas?
No,
okay. All right, Thomas.
But thanks, Thomas.
Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, for all your advice that you've given us in the past. So I didn't want to bring a big sheet of glass into the studio because I wasn't sure how Miss Mary was going to sleep all evening. So anyway, what I did, and sometime back we were all talking about sample kits. Well, the box isn't pretty, okay, but you're not looking at the box. I want to share with you tonight my 38-year-old Kokomo sample set. And I'm going to share this with you because I think it's a great, if you can find one, I would imagine now they're probably in excess of $325.
Do they make them?
And you may be able to get them from the distributor. I didn't check. Sunshine may have them, but I want you to see. You see this right here?
Hang on.
You see that address?
You see all the dirt?
That's where they are, baby. That's where they are. Kokomo, Indiana. But I want to share this.
That box is still together.
It's beautiful, isn't it, Barbara?
Yeah, it's a beautiful box.
And the box weighs about 12 to 15 pounds. But what I'm going to show you right now is going to make you cry. It's going to make you cry. Look at this. It makes me cry because it's such a mess. But here's the thing. Kokomo, when you get this sample kit from them, okay, they have their streakies.
Can't see. There.
They have their streakies. And all of their part numbers. You know what this is? And we've talked about this one before. This is a 37 SPL. It's a blue and white streaky. It's such a beautiful glass. And now we can come over here and look at their opals. Kokomo, this is a 31 AD. AD meaning way dense, one color. Here you are. Isn't that a beautiful color? Look at that. That's gorgeous, y'all. So here's the thing. This is why I say, and I know they're expensive, why I say you should have sample kits from at least two of the manufacturers, Kokomo and Wismac, from at least them, so that you can show your customers the difference between cathedral glass, see my finger behind it? Between cathedral glass, this is a Kokomo 610. Kokomo, anything in their 600s is blue, baby. 605, 611, 627. It's all blue, anything in the sixes. So, but, you know, they have all this beautiful glass here, and I just wanted to share it with you. Some of these glasses aren't made any longer, but I used to go through this box and find out what was being made anymore and what wasn't. Most of it is still being made. It's just the fact that they haven't made some of it in quite a while. So anyway,
and Spectrum used to send you their new samples and update your box every year.
Spectrum used to update the box for you. So anyway, but you know, Spectrum's not in business anymore, so go figure that.
Nice.
That was really nice. And so anyway, what I'm trying to explain to you, those of you that are doing this not only for shows but taking commissions from customers, is if you get these sample boxes, not only does it help you visualize what's going on with the job, but it will help your customer visualize what is going on and how things work and what is available to them. Don't ever show your customer the whole box, okay? Because that's like putting something to a committee. It's never going to get finished. What you want to do is you go through it and you pull out 5 or 6 colors.
And it's always nice to check availability.
And then check availability before you meet with your customer. So anyway, this is Ed, and I'm sharing my Kokomo opalescent sample kit with you because I feel every studio that takes commissions should have one in their possession.
Yeah.
That's one. I have a Wismac one, and if you think the Kokomo box looked bad, I'll show you the Wismac next week. So the Wismac, all of these all have over 250 samples in them. You know, it's a small portion of what they make.
Karen has a question.
Hey.
We mentioned salt while doing patina. Please touch on that once more. Salt. And patina.
Salt. Well, if you're building lamps, your vase caps are just brass vase caps. That's all they are. And they come brass. So you can't just patina them and hope that they turn black like the rest of the lamp. You can't do it because it won't work. So what you have to do, salt is an oxidizes and is used as an abrasive. So what happens, you take a little pack of salt like you would get in a spork combination. Oh. A spork, a spoon fork combo at Kentucky Fried Chicken or whatever, right, where I don't eat. But anyway, so you take that and that little pack of salt and you put that in a little cap, and then you put a cap full of black patina, and then you take your vase cap and you steel wool it and clean it thoroughly, and then you take your brush and you brush on the salt and black patina mix, and your vase cap will turn jet black, and it will stay that way because you've just oxidized the brass.
Okay, we have a viewer here that grew up in Kokomo, Indiana.
Oh, that's cool.
Lucky you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, if you have any questions, just put them in the chat with a Q.
Please do, and I hope that our little lead stretching episode here kind of helped you out a little bit, and then you know the lead is a lot of fun. It's kind of and from what I understand, Barb, copper foil, blackback copper foil is going to be readily available mid-February.
Yeah, and I don't know what's wrong with Ed's shirt, but sometimes stripes do look like that.
Oh yeah, I look like I'm on the Twilight Zone.
I don't know what
oh yeah.
Yeah, my shirt
there
looks
it is.
like that a little bit too.
There it is. You know what? I won't wear a striped shirt anymore, y'all, because that's like me trying to hypnotize you.
Yeah, really, stripes do that.
I'm hypnotizing you for the Miss Mary Cam.
Let's check on Miss Mary.
How is she doing,
She's
Barb?
just sleeping.
She is way... Uh-oh, she's chasing a rabbit.
Uh-oh.
All right, y'all. So, hey, thanks for tuning in to the ARTyRV channel tonight. And if you haven't taken time to subscribe to our channel, please do. We've set a goal for ourselves for 25,000 subscribers by January 1st of this year. So we would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel. And when you do, please ring on the notification bell, which I'm not ringing tonight because I'm not sure how Miss Mary would react to the gas station bell ringing quite loud. So anyway,
We'll have to get her used to it.
go to your notification bell just above your subscribe button, click on that, and then you'll be notified before we come to you live, and that's every Monday night, everybody, at 7 p.m.
Thank you, Ed. That was great.
Oh, you're welcome, Barb.
Okay, so if you have a question, just put it in the chat with a Q. And do you have a glass demo today, Ed? Are you going to show us a glass demo?
I don't know. What?
Show us how to use the Thomas glass cutter.
The Thomas glass cutter. Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on. I'll have to get it.
Is that okay? Magali wants to know what is the temperature in the kiln when using the Roche paints.
1225, 1200 if you're using your tracers and your darker colors are going to be at like 1225, 1250. We fire everything at 1250, even the colors. The colors, they say you can fire them between 1150 and 1250. Just put everything on 1250 and you'll know it's going to be there.
Yeah. Melanie says 1250. Thank you, Melanie. She knows. She's got some pretty projects. Becky wants to know, do you ever heat glass before cutting, especially if one is difficult to cut? Do you ever heat the glass or warm it up
never.
or anything?
I think the worst thing you can do is try to cut hot glass because it's expanded a little bit and nothing's going to work with that. Now, if you've tried that and it works for you, fine. But I've always found that when cutting tabletops and stuff, if that glass is too warm, it doesn't break along the score. It will break kind of funny and pull itself apart like that. So anyway, I don't do that, but I'm sure it has been done and it can be done.
Magali asked, can she use the paints, the Roche paints, in her kiln since it's not computerized? It just has a knob.
Sure. Yeah, Magali, you know where 1250 is on your computer.
Yeah, and
plus or minus 15 or 20 degrees ain't gonna matter, huh?
Of course, you'll experiment with your kiln because you'll want to know exactly when it gets to that temperature. That's all. You know when it's at 1250.
Right, and you want to make sure with the Roche paints you don't layer it because if you get it too thick, it's going to bubble and blister on you.
Well, you layer it, but you have to do it
when the other layer is dry, too. So you have to be real careful about it. Just read the instructions. So I've got a Thomas cutter here, and I thought I had one.
How much is what? How much is the Roche paints? Is that the question? I just saw a question.
Yeah.
How much is it?
What are they, about $12 for an ounce, something like that?
I think so.
12
Melanie, you're up on all those Roche paints right now. The market. What is it like for those paints? Do you know? Can you kind of enlighten people on that? The cost. It's been a while. When did we buy some? Last June. I guess it's still the same, right? $12 a.
Yeah, it's about. Hang on, it's about $12 an ounce.
Okay, what are we doing here?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I thought I had a Thomas script cutter in here, but I don't in my little
Okay.
bag of goodies. So,
Okay.
so let's pull out.
What was that one?
This is a pistol grip here.
What was the red one?
The cutter heads are messed up on those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know where these
Alright.
came from. Anyway, I got a little bag of tricks right here. So let's see how this works.
The brushes are expensive. Okay.
Yes, they are. So this is a pistol grip cutter, and those of you that have a little bit of problems with strength in your hands or anything, this cutter is held like this. So you have all of this area. You have all of this area here coming down. So
Show how to break the run with your thumb and your forefinger for Ed.
So I'm going to put my knuckle right underneath the score here, my other one, and my thumb on top, and I'm going to pull down and away. Down and away. If you pull down and push in, you're just going to stab yourself with that corner. So, and what I found, it's always easier, y'all, if you can, is to break the glass from the end that you finished up on. So we're going to try our running pliers here. Now when you're cutting or scoring your glass correctly, when you look at the edge right here, and you don't see little, like what I call shark's teeth that are just like jagged edge all along that edge right there, then you've got the right amount of pressure on your glass cutter, and you're not overbearing on that wheel. Listen, here we go. We're going to flip it around. So there's no shark's teeth on that edge. And if you're putting, and I'm going to push down really hard this time, and I'm going to share this with you because now I'm pushing way too hard, y'all. Way too hard. Okay. Well, got the Miss Mary cam. I'm sorry, everybody. Hold on.
We
There
have
she
cords
is.
running everywhere, y'all.
There she is. There she is. She's good.
Okay.
So now you probably, I'm gonna just, I don't,
Can't really see, but you can see a little bit how it's.
you see how the score is, and the jagged and the teeth marks, what I call teeth marks, are deeper in there because I pressed way too hard. Now a lot of times, some glasses you can press so hard that you actually run the glass behind you as you're moving forward. So remember, everybody, make sure that you listen to your glass cutter, use the correct tools, whether it be your grousing pliers, your running pliers, or your knuckles, just like that. Just remember, this stuff will hurt you and it has no feeling, so you be careful so that it's careful.
Okay, I have a question. Thank you, Ed. That was good. That was great.
Well, I messed up the Mary Cam, but that's okay.
all right. I have a question. A.K. Martinez wants to know, when using glass outside like garden art, is there temps that won't do well? They are in Texas and they were wondering about cooler climates up north. Would it be required to bring the pieces in each winter?
What you have to make sure with garden art is there's nowhere for water to sit and accumulate and freeze, expand, and break the glass. The main thing you have to worry about outside is not the heat. You have to worry about ice freezing and expanding the glass. So any of your garden art that you can do, make sure that it doesn't sit upside down and fill up like a bird bath, because yeah, that's going to expand, crack, and break the glass. As far as heat, you don't have to worry about it. Just make sure that your garden art will not collect water and expand and freeze. So.
So Ed asked, could you show a close-up of how you run the cut with your thumb and your forefinger? So I think we answered that question, right, Ed?
I think we did because
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Ed. I showed it. Put your knuckle under the score, whether you're left or right-handed, and then bring your other finger, your thumb above it, pull down and away.
Okay.
And be careful.
What Becky Mayer wants to know, what is one of the best pair of running pliers and grousing pliers to invest in?
Becky, if you'll go to our website, we only sell Lepinette tools. We have the beautiful grousing pliers, and our inventory is stocked back up on our mini running pliers that are only 6.5 inches long. They're Lepinette. Just go to our website and order both pair, and we'll get them out to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those, and if you're doing lead work, we also have the lead nippers. You can order all 3 pair, and we'll be happy to get them out to you. And you'll really like them. That's the tools that we use. It's the tools that I've been using forever. And Barbara even uses the Lepinette tools. So.
Okay, so we have a couple people from New Jersey here tonight.
Great.
Welcome. It's where my old stomping ground.
Barbara's stomping grounds.
Okay, a lot of talk about the Rouge paints. Thank you, Melanie, for helping out Magali. She wants to try. She wants to try.
Thank you,
those
Melanie.
paints.
It's good to see you too, Melanie. I'm glad you're doing well.
Karen wants to know, what would you suggest for the center glass inside a sunflower?
Something really heavily textured, a real heavy ripple, and that'll give you that look of seeds in the center of the pod. The other thing you can do is just use a single piece of glass of a pretty brown, but I would use some sort of a heavy ripple textured glass for the center pod of the sunflower, because it's not smooth. It's definitely rough. It's full of seeds.
Yeah, so you want that texture.
Yeah, so use a heavy ripple. Even a heavy ripple iridized would be good, like what I've cut up on the previous live streams.
Yep. Let's check with Mary and see how. Oh, are our eyes open?
No.
Okay.
She has the most beautiful golden eyes you've ever seen on a
They
dog.
saw her at the end. She's featured in the video.
What?
The soldering video, yeah. Uh-huh. Not the soldering
this is the only
video,
dog, y'all,
excuse
that
me.
we've ever had
The
that we
haco
dress
video,
up.
yeah. So
We dress her up.
Richard said hammered glass for the. Yeah, that would be perfect.
That'd be
gold
good too.
hammered
Yeah,
would be gorgeous.
A gold hammered would be really pretty. Yeah.
Good idea. If you have any questions, we've got about 10 more minutes. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat or the queue, and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, so we're really happy that everybody tuned in tonight. And thank you all for allowing us to bring and introduce you to Miss Mary, our little beautiful, not sure what she is, just really a pretty dog and very lovable.
She gets her heartworm shot 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Her last 2 heartworm shots in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then she's on the road to recovery.
And we're taking her camping.
Yeah, we're going to go camping in February. So it's good to see everyone here tonight. I hope you all have a few more questions, because we'll be happy to answer them.
Sure we will.
Let's see. Do we have anything else? We haven't set any dates for classes yet, but we do know we're going to do some classes in the future. So we did have some questions about that. I think I've answered all the questions on the website and on the YouTube comments and questions.
Yes, and I don't think that anybody's really interested in like a beginner class. So
For stained glass?
for stained glass. So if we did a much more advanced class, the requirements would be you have to know how to cut glass correctly, and because in a more advanced class, you don't have time to spend a lot of time on teaching you how to cut glass. So it would be in a more advanced class. So I guess that might be a little question that we could put out there. Those of you those of you that are interested in taking a class
In-person
in-person class, here at the studio, tell us what you would like to take a class in, because it's going to be a weekend workshop. It's a Saturday, Sunday deal. And so we'll just kind of, if you'll let us know either here on the live stream or chime in and send us an email. But if you're wanting to learn something more advanced, my only thing is we won't spend a lot of time on learning how to cut glass. If you don't know how to cut glass, then we can't move forward. So
Magali has a good question.
Okay.
Someone wants to put some of my glass in her shop to sell. How do I price my glass? I'm pretty sure she will want it at a discount so she can make money on it. Advise.
Barbara, you're on.
Well, Magali, I would take what you normally charge for your item and, well, first of all, find out how much she's going to charge you. How much is she going to take as a commission? And you're going to have to figure out your wholesale price, because that's what you're actually doing, is selling it wholesale. So she's probably going to want to double what you give her a price for. So you don't want to be in competition with her when you go to, say, a festival. So you're going to have to kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, because this is what I would do. If consignment is really not a good deal for you, this is just my opinion. But if you can offer them a discount, Magali, let's just say you sell that piece for $35, and you tell her you really don't do consignment, and you don't do consignment, but you can offer her a 50% discount. She pay for everything that she orders up front. Then you don't have to chase your money, and she can charge whatever she wants. But you can tell her you're giving her half off what you retail it for.
Right.
But she has to pay you. She don't have to keep it and hang out and sell it and use your money while you're looking for it. So it's much easier if you can wholesale it to them and have them pay for it up front, Magali, if they will. Otherwise, you can't give them a really good discount because you're having to wait on your money. Think about it. If you're not waiting on your money, discount it and go on back to the house and make some more.
Yeah, because
is that right, Barbara?
Right. You don't want to tie up your items in a store when you could be making money at a festival selling your pieces.
Yeah, so if she wants them, let her buy them.
Say, okay, my minimum order is 10 pieces, so I can offer you a 50% discount on these 10 pieces, and you just pay me. That's because this is,
And then it's in her court if she can't sell them because she's not, what would you say, not advertising it, right? She's not promoting your work, right? Then,
no.
Yeah,
you don't want to put it in those terms.
No, you don't want to put it, I'm sorry. I'm a little rough around the edges. Barbara's more diplomatic.
Let me turn this off for just one second. There. And I lost my train of thought.
Go ahead. I got it.
Okay. I had a thought on that. I'm so sorry. I can't remember what I was going to say. But yeah, you don't want to leave your items tied up in her store. So make it benefit. And then if the items don't sell, tell her. Say, I will exchange them for another item that may sell better. Say if you gave her 10 jewelry boxes and 2 of them don't sell. You might want to give her a little bit of compensation. You just switch it out. Switch it out for something
We do that
a
lot.
Value.
We do that with our wholesale customers.
But just to help her. But anyway, work with her and find out everything up front and get a understanding.
But if you can move away from consignment, she gets a better price and you get your money.
Okay. Now we can say, thank you, Rick. We are
Thank you, Rick, and we will.
And we will. Because
we will. We'll buy her a new outfit.
Thank you, Rick. That's very sweet.
I think she has 5 outfits now, doesn't she, Barb?
She does.
Oh,
and she will be wearing her new outfit next week at the live stream.
Yeah, and you know what? When we rescued her, she weighed 39 pounds. Or 39 and a half, I think it was. She weighed 39 and a half pounds. And today she weighs 51.7 pounds. And so I think she's happy. 51.7.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
By the time she goes to the doctor in 2 weeks, she might hit 55.
She does look a little bit chubby.
She's so lovable, though, y'all.
Okay, so there's interest in explaining the steps to finish a small panel with lead cane. And Debbie says, thanks for explaining the lead vise. Okay,
Oh, you're
so
welcome.
yeah, we're
Okay.
probably going to do a copper foil class, but it may include towards the end a little bit about lead cane,
Yeah.
if there's interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Lead cane the whole shop has to be set up completely different.
I'm just thinking for like a border.
Yeah, for like
know?
a border, we'll show you how to work with the lead cane. But yeah, to do a lead class, it's a lead class. If we're going to do a copper foil class, and we can even do more advanced copper foil class. The whole idea is the project. I want to know before we do that, so I can come up with a project that most advanced students and all advanced students will be able to complete in about 14 hours. And that's the whole thing. So when we do a class here, you're going to be having lunch here. You're not going to be having to leave and go somewhere. And so we're going to make it a weekend opportunity for everyone to learn a lot more and be a little more in tune with what's going on with the stained glass industry.
Yep. Magali said she'll bring food. Yeah, we'll have
All right.
we'll have a good weekend.
We'll have a nice weekend. And those of you
We
that
just have to
have
find the date.
camper, we can plug you in on the 110 anyway, keep your air conditioner going or keep your heater going. Or
We don't have facilities, but
we
do
don't have facilities,
electric
but
and water.
We have water.
Well, enough water for
yeah.
2.
But we have a campground 10 miles from here that you can empty your tanks on your way home. So,
Yeah, there's a couple really cute campgrounds around here, not far. So
yeah.
yeah, it'll
And
be fun.
they are really nice, so it'll be fun. So yeah, let us know about what you're looking for, and
Yeah, Tom said he had a bad experience as far as they marked stuff up so high they never sold it. So yeah, you have to find that. You have to find that happy medium, and
Right.
when you come to that understanding, and they pay you,
then they can sell for whatever they
sell
want.
it for whatever they want. They can mark it down for whatever they want, and you don't have to worry about whether they sell it.
But
or
it
not.
does work. It's very entertaining for the shop owner to understand that if a couple of things aren't selling and you're willing to trade them out for something of the same price that may sell better for them, hey, that's a win-win situation. That's a win for you. You just made a sale, and it's a win for them because if it doesn't sell, they're going to get something different.
Thomas
Kinda.
said he's just coming to hang out. So it may be a little reunion here too, it sounds like.
Well, we could do that
We can make
too.
that too, but those of you that want a class, it will be coming up, and we'll see what we can put together.
Yeah, I kind of thought about it. It would be a lot, but like a glass weekend where you learn everything you possibly can about all the different temperatures of glass. So
In February, we're going to Huntington Beach State Park.
yeah, we're going to be camping on the ocean.
We can never get a campsite in the summer, so we grabbed one in February.
And you know
So
what?
we'll be doing some videos on the picnic table.
Sure. And you know the thing about it
And
is,
in the RV.
yeah, we're going camping in February, but it can't be anywhere near as cold as it was Christmas Day.
No,
And
better not be.
And the 26th, the day after Christmas, it was cold. So
Okay, we've got 2 more minutes, and if there's no more questions,
We're gonna go get some
Get
Chinese.
some Chinese food. We appreciate everything you guys do, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chats and super thanks and super stickers.
All of those
really do
things.
appreciate
And
it.
remember-
thank you, members and
That's right.
subscribers. We appreciate you so much.
And Melanie wants to know if we're coming to California.
Oh,
It's very possible, and there's nothing I'd like better than to
I
go
wish.
to have some Chinese at Nanking's in San Francisco. It's nothing
I
better.
wish I was going to
I know.
California.
So anyway, we're working on it. We're planning some trips, and so anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight, for everything that you do, and thanks again from Miss Mary. I'm Ed,
And I'm Barb.
and we're the Streeters.